Everyone knows what a locomotive is. An engine, a train, a rail transport vehicle. We've all seen them in fiction, like in books, such as The Railway series by the Reverend Wilbert Awdry, The Little Engine That Could by Waddy Piper. We've seen them on TV shows like Thomas and Friends, based off the Railway series, Ivor the Engine, Shuggington, and Underground Ernie. You might notice that all these examples have something in common. They all feature sentient locomotives. Now, with all these sentient locomotive characters, you might ask, where did this all start? Well, let's find out. One of the earliest known examples of sentient locomotives in fiction is a short story called .007, not James Bond, the story of an American locomotive by Rudyard Kipling, who also wrote The Jungle Book and the poem If. It was first published in 1897. .007 is the main character of the story, and he's described as a sensitive, new, youthful engine, and performs in a heroic and manly way, pulling the breakdown train, and winning the respect of his fellow engines. Another one of the earliest known examples of sentient locomotives in fiction is featured in a vintage 1902 children's book called Nonsense Nonsense, written by Walter Gerrold and illustrated by Charles Robinson. The book was actually the source of the rhyme in The Sad Story of Henry, which in turn, the rhyme of this was inspired by the nursery rhyme Dr. Foster. The rhyme reads, once an engine when fixed to a train was alarmed at a few drops of rain, so went puff from its funnel, then fled to a tunnel and would not come out again.
Once an engine attached to a train was afraid of a few drops of rain. It went into a tunnel and squeaked through its funnel and wouldn't come out again.
In terms of American folktales, the most famous sentient locomotive has to be The Little Engine That Could.
Once upon a time, deep in the jungle, there was a little engine that could. And he was chugging his way across the enemy line. Chugga 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 toot toot.
While the engine's most famous appearances in Waddy Piper's 1930 book, The Little Engine is actually a lot older than that. The story's signature phrases, such as "I think I can," first occurred in print in a 1902 article in a Swedish journal. An early version of the story appeared in the New York Tribune as "Story of the Engine That Thought It Could."
The coupling was made, and the engine began its journey, and all along the level, as it rolled toward the ascent, it kept repeating to itself, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can.
Other versions of the story were published throughout the years, before the Waddy Piper version was published in 1930.
I think I can poop. I think I can poop. How me doing?
What? You think you can?
I think I can. I think I can, Daddy.
Over the years, a few adaptations of the story have been made, including a 1963 cutout animated adaptation for television, a 1991 traditionally animated film,
Wake up, Chip.
and a 2011 CGI film. A Japanese comic drawn by comic artist Kitazawa Rakoten mocked the establishment of the Japanese government railway in 1908. It features a sentient locomotive with the face of Yamagata Izaburo, the Ministry of the Transportation at the time. Many old cartoons featured some sentient locomotives, such as the Mad Locomotive, the Crazy Cat cartoon Railroad, the Mickey Mouse cartoon Mickey's Choo Choo.
You know that song's M-I-C-K-E-Y, M-O-U-S-C. Oh man, makes my balls hot.
Mickey on a railway picking up stones. Down came an engine and broke Mickey's bones. I said, Mickey, that's not fair. Oh, said the engine driver, I don't care.
The Tom and Jerry, not the Cat and Mouse, cartoon A Swiss Trick, the very first Popeye cartoon, Popeye the Sailor, the Color Classics cartoon, Play Safe, Beware! The Crazy Cat cartoon, Railroad Rhythm, and a few locomotives in the cartoon Hell Bent for Election. A few old book series include sentient locomotives, such as The Little Red Engine by Diane Ross. Disney's 1941 film Dumbo featured a sentient locomotive similar to The Little Engine That Could called Casey Jr.
Will Casey Jr. be seen again in the series?
Unfortunately, I'm not sure. What are you talking about? I'm right here.
But in 1945, outside of American folktales, the most famous sentient locomotives in Britain and the rest of the world were introduced. On the 12th of May 1945, Reverend Wilbur Awdry's The 3 Railway Engines was published, introducing the world to 3 sentient locomotives, Edward, Gordon and Henry. These characters would go on to star in a long-running book series called the Railway Series, and in the second book, probably the most famous sentient locomotive of all time was introduced. Thomas is an icon, and if you search up talking train on Google, Thomas usually comes up.
You want my train with a face and I'm coming your way.
Choo choo, motherfucker, it's your motherfucking birthday.
Of course, these books led to a successful TV series in 1984, and the brand is still going on today. He's inspired lots of people in many different ways, but I think you all know about Thomas, so let's talk about some other sentient locomotives. After the Railway series, there was even more books featuring sentient locomotives, such as Tootle by Gertrude Campton, Sammy the Strumter by Eileen Gibb, Hooray for the Doncaster by Anne Fotheringham and Michael Marchenko, The Little Blue Engine by Yusur O'Hanrahan, which actually looks a lot similar to the Railway series, Tubby the Odd Job Engine, also by Eileen Gibb, the Trufflong book series, Choo Choo, The Runaway Engine by Virginia Lee Burton, Mabel the Cable Car, also by Virginia Lee Burton, and Taro and Jiro the Sibling Locomotives by Tusui Maso. A few cartoon short films and TV shows also featured sentient locomotives, like the cartoon Big Tin, a UPA produced short film made to sell Timken roller bearings to railroad companies, and the TV series Ivor the Engine.
I say bring back Ivor the Engine. Kachushka, kachushka. Wrong noise, mate.
Which the latter was animated in Cunna Animation.
You should watch it! It's digital TV for whales!
But also, a planned Thomas series by Andrew Lloyd Webber featured an animation style similar to Ivor.
No.
Sentient steam and diesel locomotives appeared in the 1958 short film Malin Vac. A few sentient locomotives have appeared in stop motion, such as the Czech short film The Little Train, and the Magic Roundabout TV series features a sentient locomotive simply called Train.
We're gonna lose this race to Thomas the Tank Engine? I don't think so.
As well as the Russian cartoon Train from Romashkovo from 1967. The model trolley in Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
So immediately, you're hoping Mr. Rogers' trolley comes in and kicks the oiled asses out of these characters, but unfortunately, we're not so lucky.
Seemed to be able to converse with Mr. Rogers.
Ready, trolley? Alright.
As well as the inhabitants of the neighborhood of Make Believe.
Oh, it sounds like a great party.
In 1974, the Japanese character of Yaemon was introduced in an animated short film, a character that has continued to appear in CGI. The same year, the film Herbie Rides Again features Old Number 22. In 1984, the previously mentioned Andrew Lloyd Webber produced a musical called Starlight Express, inspired by the Railway series, which the musical premiered 7 months before its television adaptation Thomas and Friends debuted on British television. The musical features a few sentient locomotives played by live actors such as Rusty, Rambling Papa, Greaseball, and Electra. In the 1988 series Tugs, made by the producers of Thomas, there were 2 sentient locomotives called Puffer.
Come on! Get over there, will you get over there,
and Little Owl. The manga and anime Anpan Man features 2 sentient locomotives, SL Man and Popo-chan. The Dark Tower book series features Charlie the Choo Choo and Blaine the Monarch. In the children's series Budgie the Little Helicopter, the episode The Runaway Train featured a sentient locomotive called Jake. Final Fantasy VI has the Phantom Train, a talking afterlife express. One of the summons in Final Fantasy VIII is Doom Train, a strange organic looking train with a face. Railway series author Wilbur Awdry's son, Christopher Awdry, not only continued his father's series, but also wrote original stories with sentient locomotives, such as the Chips Express, Hugo Sliding, and the Eastburn Miniature Steam series. The franchise Digimon...
I'm gonna catch an Exodia. Cody, that's the wrong game. That's that's Digimon.
What's wrong with you, Cody?
Yeah.
Features a few Digimon that are sentient locomotives, Trailmon and Locomon. The children's series Dora the Explorer has featured a few sentient locomotives, such as Azul.
This shit again?
Dora, you're not old enough to buy that! Dora, please, no! It's wrong!
Since 2003, a concept featuring sentient locomotives called the Diddleys has been in development for many years, but still hasn't released as of this video, although it apparently is still in the works. In 2006, a children's series aired on the BBC called Underground.
Ernie.
The show was based off the London Underground and features many sentient electric multiple unit locomotives.
I believe it.
Special delivery for Underground Ernie.
The same year, a series meant to help autistic kids called The Transporters featured two sentient trams, Charlie and Jenny.
Happy birthday, Barney!
Every year, on my birthday.
Also the same year, Pixar's newest film, Cars, not only featured sentient cars, but also featured a few sentient locomotives, as did Cars 2 and its spin-off series, Planes.
What about trains? They exist in this universe too. They're stuck on their rails. What if a train in America wanted to visit Tokyo? Well, too bad, you can't because you're a train. Loser.
Another children's series featuring sentient locomotives first aired on the BBC in 2008 called
Thomas, welcome to your doom. What do you want from me? All your money and all your stuff. Never. What did you do to me? But I'm the most popular character in the Railway series books. You are? Time to take out the trash. I'm sorry, but I could do even better. Let's try that again. Tonight, I'm making kill slow. Okay, one more take. Luke, I am your father. James, this is no time for jokes. Okay.
The children's series Special Agent Oso.
Introducing the Oh So J-Funk dance. Move your hands from side to side, as fast as you can. Then freestyle, flip, jump, and more.
Features a sentient locomotive called RR Rapid, as well as his cousin Vapor. The children's series Tickety Talk features a sentient locomotive called Poverty, a dog train hybrid. The children's series Rhyme Time Town features a sentient locomotive called J-May. In 2020, Spin Master, owners of Paw Patrol, released a show featuring sentient locomotives called In 2022, an indie horror game was released called Choo Choo Charles, inspired by
And so growing up, Thomas the Tank Engine was my go-to. That was like, that was my bread and my butter. That blue train, that red train, that green train. I don't know how many trains there were. And so the rainbow of trains was kind of just, that was my happy place. I love Thomas the Tank Engine. That's all I'm trying to say. And so I was thinking, you know, maybe I could make a horror game out of that, you know, make some kind of a new character that would remind people of Thomas the Tank Engine, because that would be cool.
Other more recent examples of sentient locomotives include The Train Say Follows in Panel Obsessed, Iron Gutter from Raising Steam by Terry Pratchett, Pararoski Tishka, Robot Trains, TT-Po, The Phantom Express in Cuphead, The Saddle Tank Books by Pauline Hazelwood, Donald the Dart by Ken Doyle, and The Brave Locomotive by Andrew Chesworth. I have definitely missed a few, 100%, as I couldn't find every sentient locomotive on the internet. Like this here, is this meant to be a Thomas parody or not? I have no idea. I've also not included references or parodies of Thomas, so if you're wondering about that, then there's a reason why.
I've had a complaint, said Ernest. A complaint? From who? Said Stevie. The Fat Controller, said Ernest. What's the fat controller complaining about this time? Asked Stevie, who stuttered badly at the most inappropriate of moments.
But anyway, thank you all for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.